The era of digital hallucinations ended on February 14, 2026. For years, we debated whether large language models could write poetry or pass the bar exam. We were looking at the wrong metrics. While the public played with chatbots, the Pentagon and the IDF were refining the gospel and lavender systems into something far more predatory. Operation Epic Fury was the moment the theoretical became tactical. In a coordinated strike across 18 Iranian provinces, the US and Israel unleashed a target acquisition cycle that moved faster than human thought. By integrating Anthropic's Claude 3.5 architecture into a hardened military cloud, the coalition bypassed the human-in-the-loop bottleneck. Systems didn't just suggest targets, they cross-referenced thermal signatures with social media metadata and real-time signals intelligence to authorize strikes in under 15 seconds. This was the automation of attrition. The AI identified 37,000 high-value targets, from IRGC command bunkers to hidden mobile launchers, and neutralized 80% of them before a single human commander could review the first satellite feed. This wasn't a skirmish. It was a species-level shift in how violence is scaled. But Iran understood the fundamental vulnerability of this new American way of war. AI does not live in the cloud. It lives in high-voltage buildings made of concrete and silicon. In what military historians are now calling the data center siege, Tehran launched a retaliatory kinetic-cyber offensive that skipped the firewalls and went straight for the cooling towers. Swarms of low-cost, AI-piloted Shahed drones, utilizing edge computing to avoid jamming, struck the AWS and Microsoft Azure data centers in the UAE and Bahrain. These facilities are the new oil fields of the 21st century. By destroying the physical servers where the theater-level models were processed, Iran effectively blinded the coalition's predictive algorithms for 48 hours. The lesson was brutal. If you lose your compute, you lose your ability to see the battlefield. Without the silicon, the billion-dollar F-35 is just a very expensive piece of metal. The war moved from a battle for territory to a battle for electricity and GPUs. This conflict has officially burst the speculative AI bubble, but not in the way the economists predicted. The market finally realized that AI is not a software play. It is a heavy industry play. We have transitioned from the chatbot phase to the re-industrialization phase. The narrative of AI as a creative assistant has been vaporized by the reality of models making missiles. When NVIDIA's Jensen Huang unveiled the Rubin architecture with its 336 billion transistors, the world saw a chip. The military saw a weaponized brain capable of simulating entire war theaters in milliseconds. The 25% catastrophe risk, cited by leaders like Dario Amodei, is no longer a philosophical debate about rogue AI. It is a tactical calculation about the loss of human control over the escalatory ladder. Investors are no longer pouring money into AI for productivity. They are fleeing toward nuclear energy and sovereign compute. The bubble of AI as a toy is dead. In its place is the reality signal. A world where the power to process data is the only power that matters. We are now living in the shadow of the Silicon Front, where the next war won't be won by the most soldiers, but by the most resilient data centers.